This video is about checkmating with a queen. This is a very useful skill. After mastering this technique, you can be confident about winning the game whenever you have an extra queen. In this video, we will also learn how to formulate a plan and successfully execute it. I also want to mention that throughout this video, I'll be focusing and explaining from the side who has the queen. I will detail the winning strategy, but may not consider all possible moves from the defensive side. However, if you understand the ideas and master this strategy, you will be able to lead your game to a win for any move the losing side makes. So let's consider this position. White has an extra queen and is already winning. When I give this position to beginners and ask them to win from the white side, the first thing they do is start giving checks to the black king. For example, they may start with queen e2 check, king d4, queen g4 check, king e5, queen g5, and so on. So as you can see, giving checks isn't going to lead white to a checkmate. So this is not enough. There's something we need to do before starting to make moves. We need a plan. Let's look at the position for a few minutes. There are three things about this position. The white queen alone cannot checkmate. As you already saw, giving checks isn't leading us anywhere, so we need the help of our king to checkmate. Second, even if we use both our king and queen, a checkmate is not possible if the black king is in the center of the board. So the black king has to be pushed to the edge of the board, which is towards all the four corners, to any of the four corners, so that you can checkmate. And the third thing is, white queen alone can push and restrict the black king to the edge of the board, but cannot checkmate. That means you need the help of the white king to checkmate, as we discussed before. So the big plan suggests itself. The black king has to be pushed towards an edge, any of the four edges. White queen can achieve that. After pushing the black king to an edge, it's not possible to checkmate with just the queen. So we need to bring the king to help checkmate. Let's see this plan in action. White starts by restricting the black king to this area of the board. You can see that the queen is controlling all of these squares and these squares, so the black king cannot cross this border. So it is restricted to this area. Now if black has to move, he can move anywhere he wants, but white queen will continue to restrict the black king. As you can see, the number of squares available for black are reducing. So white does that till black king is pushed to a corner and only has one square left. And that is very important, having a square left for the king. And now is the time. So white queen should not move here, because if he does that, black king has no square to move and it would become a stalemate. White wouldn't want that. We want to win the game because we have an extra queen. So do not restrict the king where he has got no squares. So now that black has only one square left, we need the help of our king to be able to checkmate the black king. So white starts by bringing his king forward. As you can see, the black king is restricted to just those two squares, and white king is very closely approaching the black king. And now's the time for checkmate. So there you go. White has checkmated the black king successfully. So let's go and look if there are any other moves that black can make. I'm definitely not going to go into all the detail, but we can look at another variation for sure. So this is the beginning position, and white played queen c4. And we considered king f5 before. Let's consider this. We want to keep restricting the king. We want to keep pushing it towards the back. So we keep doing that. We control more and more squares for every move we make. And now, as you can see, Black king just has one square, so let's not restrict it any further and bring the king, and you know what to do from here. So after mastering this technique, you can be quite confident that whenever you have an extra queen, you can use this technique to checkmate the black king.